For my whole life, sleep and I have been both mortal enemies and the best of friends. As a kid, I honestly struggled to fall asleep, and when I did eventually fall asleep, I'd always wake up at around 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm not sure why. If it says something about how often this happened to me, some of the most iconic memories I have of my childhood are the woods behind my house, the feel of the rug in my living room where I'd play with Legos or toys, and the dull green glow of my digital clock telling me that it was 2:43 in the morning or something, and that third grade would be in just a few short hours. When I was in 8th grade, we had a sleep study done, and they found that I kicked my legs in my sleep upwards of 20 times in just an hour. Most people only kicked maybe twice in an hour. It wasn't too much longer after this until I was diagnosed with RLS, Restless Leg Syndrome. For those who don't know what Restless Leg Syndrome is, it's not actually that serious. The name makes it sound scarier than it really is. My legs aren't constantly twitching and uncontrollable. It feels more like if I deliberately hold my legs still, this weird, uncomfortable feeling starts to materialize in my legs, especially my calves and ankles. The best way to describe this feeling is it feels kind of like when you've been walking all day and your legs are just so sore. The longer I hold my legs still, the worse and more annoying and uncomfortable this feeling gets until I just have to begin bouncing my legs or twirling my feet or something, just movement. My legs need to be moving, and once they are moving, that uncomfortable feeling fades away as if it was never there to begin with. At worst, restless leg syndrome is just inconvenient. So I'm always tapping my foot, twirling my feet, bouncing my legs, something. As long as my leg is moving, they feel fine. Restless leg syndrome definitely made getting to sleep and staying asleep hard, but there was something else that made sleep hard. I'd have these aggressively, extremely vivid dreams that would sort of mess me up for a while. They weren't good or bad dreams, they were just portrayed and constructed by my brain in such a way that made them feel extremely authentic. I'd wake up in the morning, and it's like these weird dreams would incorrectly process and store themselves as proper memories. I'm gonna share a memory I have with you that I've been trying to figure out for years now if it was just a dream or something that honestly happened to me. I remember being woken up around 12 or 1 in the morning because there was an extremely pale light shining in my room. It was sort of like a peach color. I went downstairs and it was really bright outside. So bright that shadows were being cast by the parked cars in the street and the lampposts. I went to the kitchen of our house and looked into the woods, and it almost felt like it was day. It was extremely strange to have it be so bright at such an early time in the morning. I went back to bed and woke up. Remembering that weird night, I remember colors, detail, even the numbers on the digital clocks in our house. I've tried Googling the pale sky that I saw, wondering if maybe it was a weird storm or just light pollution from Washington, D.C., but I can't find anything. This has led me to conclude that this weird, bright sky early in the morning was just a dream. But there's still 10% of me that's weirded out by the fact I can't tell if it was a dream or not. By this time, we're entering my teenage years, and sleep and I formed a new kind of relationship.